where they were evicted for fear of recurrence of what they had been through, because there had been 92, 97, 202, and this 207. The second category were those who had committed crimes wherever they had lived, and they feared that if they went back, there was going to be retribution or revenge against them. So these ones also wanted to be settled elsewhere. Those two categories wanted to be taken somewhere else. The third one, and this one, the majority of those ones, were not in true sense IDPs. These were people who heard that, oh, the government is going to compensate people, the government is going to give people land. They went and joined the camps. Waliingia kwa hema. So now, if you ask them, if you're an IDP, where were you chased away from? Show us, you are home. They can't show it. They can't show it because they are not IDPs. So he's saying that, look, these people fall in another category. These are landless people who want to be resettled. The government has also got an obligation to resettle people, but don't classify them as IDPs. That's why we said, enough is enough, let's not close the camps. If it is money, he has the money. If it is land, he has money for land. The Minister of Lands was given a responsibility to look for land for those who qualified to be given land, and those who needed money were given money. And once that was done, then we said now the government can afford to be ruthless and get rid of those people and close the camps. And the camps have now been closed. Okay? Now, with regard to the other agenda items, we set up two commissions. One to investigate the conduct of elections by the Electoral Commission. That commission is called the Kriegler Commission. The other one was to investigate the post-election violence. That one is called the Waki Commission. Now, those two commissions took time. The Kriegler Commission took exactly 6 months. So within those 6 months, we were doing nothing but waiting for the outcome of the results of the work of that commission before we could implement. The other one likewise. So I'm saying this for people who say that the reforms are slow. It is not without reason. Because we had to wait for 6 months for Mr. Kriegler to tell us what happened. Kriegler told us that the Electoral Commission messed up the elections. And that, therefore, there was no confidence in that commission. It should be disbanded and buried, even the name change. So now, we said we will recommend, we will implement. They also recommended a creation of a boundaries commission to review boundaries. The new electoral commission would come up with draft laws to reform the electoral system and so on. So now we sat down as the coalition. You must remember that there's one side of the coalition which was very angry with the electoral commission. As my side of the coalition felt shortchanged. The other side of the coalition, the PNU side, had no reason to be angry with Mr. Kibito, because he did what they wanted. So they had no reason to send Mr. Kibito home. But we sat down jointly as a coalition and we agreed that Kibito and his team are going home. So those who are saying that the one side of the coalition is not keen to do the reforms don't understand that. Why did Mr. Kibaki agree that we send home Mr. Kibito, who actually declared him the winner of the elections? But they agreed that Mr. Kibito was moved, and he's gone home. That must tell you the real commitment of the coalition government to reforms. Then, we then now change the Electoral Commission of Kenya to an interim independent electoral commission. And we have put that one in place, and it's now a new electoral commission. We had to do a constitutional amendment to send the other commissioners home because they already enjoyed security obtained. Then we have formed also a boundaries review commission to review the boundaries from the sublocation to location and so on, the administrative boundaries and the electoral boundaries. Then we have also in the meantime set up a Truth, Justice and Reconciliation Commission, which is also working. The Working Commission came up also with several recommendations how to deal with the post-election violence. They came up with a list of suspects. I want to repeat, list of suspects. Suspects does not mean that they are guilty people. Because they said that names were mentioned to them and they recorded those names. But they did not have the time to carry out the investigations to establish the guilt of those people. So these are suspects. And they say that an independent tribunal should be set up to investigate and then prosecute those who are found to bear the responsibility for the violence. So now this independent tribunal was recommended because they said the public had no confidence in the local judiciary. Now to create a tribunal which is independent of the judiciary, you must amend the constitution. So we therefore instructed the Attorney General and working together with the Serena team, they drafted an amendment to the constitution. They also drafted the bill to create that tribunal based on the Rome Statute, because Kenya is a signatory to the ICC Convention. The cabinet approved it. But when we now took it to Parliament, ikagonga mwamba. In Parliament, it was not approved. It was, although we got the majority, we did not get the required majority, which is 2/3 of members, to get a constitutional amendment. So now what do you do? Umepeleka ng'ombe kwa maji. Ng'ombe imekataa kunywa maji. Unajinyonga. Unajinyonga, unachinja ng'ombe. Si unarudisha nyumbani. Move forward. Continue fighting. So what happened? This was because of two schools of thought. One school of thought, which was actually buttressed by the media, said that, look, a local tribunal will be manipulated by politicians. Exactly. That the victims will not get justice. Kwa hiyo hawa watu, the Hague. Kapeleke the Hague. Based on the ICC. The second school of thought were those who suspected that their names may be in the list. Politicians. Who have said, oh, a local tribunal will move very quickly to deal with these people. It's better off in the Hague. The Hague is overwhelmed by cases. There is Bosnia,